Before we begin, if you enjoy these sleep stories, a like and subscribe helps this channel grow. I'm curious, where are you listening from and what time is it there? Leave a comment below. Now, let's begin. The first hint of morning light, cool and pearlescent, filters through the tall, arched windows of your Venetian palazzo bedroom. You feel the exquisite coolness of silk sheets against your skin as you slowly stir. The deep comfort of the mattress yields gently beneath you. Your fingers idly trace the intricate, embroidered pattern woven into the luxurious silk duvet. The air within the room carries a faint, briny scent from the lagoon, subtly mingling with something sweeter. Perhaps the delicate perfume of a night-blooming jasmine wafting in from the private garden below. A distant, gentle lapping sound, almost imperceptible at first, lets you know that the ancient waters of Venice are always near. You slowly open your eyes, allowing them a moment to adjust to the soft, diffused glow. Your gaze drifts upwards to the high ceilings, which are adorned with delicate frescoes. Their muted antique colors now catch the very first light of day, revealing their intricate details. Small, almost invisible dust motes dance lazily and gracefully within the gentle beams of sunlight, suspended in the still, cool air of the expansive room. With a quiet and unhurried shift, you push yourself gently upwards, the fine silk fabric sighing softly and rustling around you with a luxurious whisper. Your bare feet reach for and find the cool, polished surface of the marble floor, smooth and solid beneath your soles. It carries an ancient coolness, a quiet whisper of centuries of slow, tranquil mornings that have unfolded within this very same space. You rise and walk towards the majestic windows. The soft, thick pile of a Persian rug briefly cushioning your steps, its intricate design, a tapestry underfoot, before the cool marble reappears. The heavy, damask curtains, drawn back just enough, frame a perfectly composed view of the awakening city. You stand before the grand window, simply observing. The Grand Canal, still wrapped in its early morning quietude, stretches out gracefully before you. A lone, black gondola, its silhouette gliding almost silently across the water, makes its unhurried way, leaving a spreading ripple that gently disperses. The ancient stone buildings across the canal wear the soft, diffused light, their historic facades, a rich tapestry of faded ochre, terracotta, and soft rose. You simply stand there, allowing yourself to observe the serene scene as it slowly unfolds. A profound sense of calm begins to settle deeply within you. The city is only just beginning to stir, very gradually coming to life. But within the luxurious quiet of your private palazzo, only the deep, undisturbed beauty of the dawn truly resides. The cool morning air, still carrying that subtle hint of the sea, now brushes lightly against your face as you begin your descent. You navigate the ancient, worn stone steps from the palazzo's private landing. The very same marble floor you walked across this morning eventually giving way to the smoother, wetter stone that leads directly to the water's edge. You pause for a moment at the lowest step, feeling the faint, cool spray from the lazily lapping water. A polished black gondola waits patiently, its graceful, elongated form gently bobbing with the subtle undulations of the canal. Its lacquered surface reflects the pale, diffused sky like liquid obsidian, mirroring the muted light of the early hour. You step carefully into its luxurious embrace, the gondolier offering a steadying, gloved hand. The deep crimson velvet cushions, rich and inviting, absorb you as you settle in, feeling their plushness yield beneath your weight, absorbing any lingering chill from the morning air. A small, elegant table has already been prepared and meticulously set before you, adorned with crisp white linen and delicate hand-painted porcelain. The comforting, robust scent of freshly brewed coffee, rich and inviting, now mingles with the subtle, sweet aroma of warm, flaky croissants, baked to a perfect golden hue. You lean back gently, feeling the immediate and profound sensation of the boat's initial, almost imperceptible movement beneath you. The gondolier, with practiced grace and a silent, efficient motion, pushes off from the landing, his oar dipping into the water with a soft, shushing sound. The gondola glides seamlessly and almost silently into the misty, hushed quiet of the narrow canal. The mist itself, ethereal and soft, hangs low over the water, softening the sharp, angular edges of the venerable, time-worn buildings that line the waterway, transforming them into blurred, painterly suggestions of their true forms. It truly feels as if you are moving through a private dreamscape, enveloped entirely in a deeply hushed and intimate world, far removed from the waking city. The predominant melody of this tranquil morning is the soft, rhythmic lapping of the water against the slender hull of the gondola, a soothing and continuous sound. You reach for the delicate ceramic cup, feeling its comforting warmth seep slowly and pleasantly into your fingertips, before raising it to your lips and taking a slow, appreciative sip of the rich, dark coffee. Its robust, earthy warmth spreads gently through you, a perfect and welcome contrast to the cool, invigorating, misty air that surrounds you. Your gaze follows the water as it ripples and breaks at the gondola's prow, creating small, almost hypnotizing patterns that gracefully expand and then softly fade, drawing your focus. A platter of glistening, fresh fruit, jewel-toned and perfectly ripe, sits enticingly beside a small, intricately worked silver pot of golden honey. You carefully select a succulent fig, its skin cool and smooth beneath your thumb, and bite into its tender, exceptionally sweet flesh, the natural sugars a subtle burst of flavor. Each taste is a gentle awakening for your senses, a quiet and private indulgence. The gondola turns a slow, graceful corner, the soft mist briefly and tantalizingly parting just enough to reveal a fleeting glimpse of an ancient, moss-kissed bridge, its timeless arches softened by the morning haze. Then, just as quickly, the mist closes around you once more, a comforting, ethereal embrace that cradles you in its stillness. The world outside your immediate, intimate sphere feels delightfully distant, its sounds and movements profoundly muted. Only the quiet, seamless glide of the gondola, the soft, barely there sounds of your private breakfast, and the serene, enveloping presence of the mist truly remain. The soft, warm afternoon light streams generously through the tall, leaded windows of your grand library, illuminating dust motes dancing in the still air. You find yourself enveloped by the rich, comforting scent of aged paper and fine leather that permeates every corner of this magnificent room in your French chateau. Your gaze drifts across the towering shelves, stretching from the polished parquet floor almost to the intricately carved wooden ceiling. Each shelf is a testament to centuries of collected wisdom, filled with volumes bound in rich, worn leather, some with spines adorned with faded gilt lettering, others simply with the deep patina of time. The very air here feels different, imbued with a quiet reverence, a subtle hum of stories waiting patiently to be discovered. You walk slowly along one long aisle, the soft brush of your sleeve against the spines, a gentle whisper in the vast stillness. You pause before a section dedicated to ancient cartography, your fingers hovering over a particularly thick volume. The leather binding is dark, almost black, with a slightly rough, comforting texture beneath your touch, hinting at its venerable age. You carefully take it down, feeling the satisfying weight of it in your hands, the slight suction as it leaves its long-held place on the shelf. A faint, almost imperceptible puff of settled dust rises, catching the golden light for a brief moment. Carrying the volume with a gentle respect, you make your way to a large, solid oak table, positioned perfectly to catch the afternoon sun. Its surface is smooth and cool beneath your palm. You carefully place the book down, the soft thud echoing subtly in the quiet room. Taking a deep, unhurried breath, you then slowly open the cover. The pages, thick and slightly brittle, reveal hand-drawn maps of forgotten lands and celestial charts, the ink, surprisingly vibrant, preserved across centuries. The subtle, distinct aroma of old parchment rises, an ancient fragrance that speaks of distant times and meticulous craftsmanship. You gently trace the intricate lines of an imagined coastline with the pad of your finger, feeling the delicate texture of the vellum. The colors, rich but muted, tell stories without words. Outside, beyond the thick walls and tall windows, you catch the very faint, lyrical sound of birdsong from the chateau gardens, a soft, natural counterpoint to the profound stillness within. You continue to turn the pages with deliberate, unhurried grace, each rustle a soft, comforting sound in the quiet space. You settle into a deep, velvet-upholstered armchair near the window, the soft fabric yielding luxuriously around you. The book rests open in your lap, its weight grounding. You simply gaze at the detailed illustrations, allowing your eyes to gently wander across the delicate script, not needing to decipher every word, but rather absorbing the quiet beauty of the artistry. The warm afternoon light slowly shifts, painting longer shadows across the polished floor, creating a sense of tranquil time passing. Everything feels still, settled. The delicate scent of aged parchment, a fragrance of quiet history, continues to rise gently from the open pages of the large volume resting in your lap. The soft afternoon light, now with a longer, more golden quality, filters through the tall, leaded windows, illuminating the intricate details of the ancient cartography. You are still comfortably nestled in the deep, velvet-upholstered armchair within the grand library of your French chateau. Your gaze now lingers on a specific depiction, a fanciful drawing of a majestic sea creature, its scales depicted with minute artistry, swimming alongside a meticulously rendered merchant ship. Its billowing sails are carefully sketched, hinting at long voyages across unknown waters. You lean slightly forward, allowing your eyes to fully absorb the faded blues and greens of the hand-colored waves, appreciating the subtle variations in hue. The very texture of the paper, faintly fibrous and cool, seems to softly whisper tales of the past, of quill pens gliding across its surface. There is a profound stillness in the room, broken only by the almost imperceptible distant rustle of leaves outside, carried on a gentle, passing breeze. With a slow, deliberate movement, your fingers carefully extend to the lower corner of the page. You gently lift and turn it over, the thick parchment yielding with a quiet, satisfying sigh, a soft, dry whisper that feels utterly appropriate in this serene setting. The newly revealed page presents a different kind of map, detailing the constellations of the northern sky, their myriad points of light marked with tiny, precise flecks of silver leaf. These minute metallic details now catch the subtly fading light with a quiet, dull gleam, almost like distant stars. The celestial chart is vast and complex, yet rendered with such a delicate artistry that it invites calm, unhurried exploration. You pause for a moment, simply holding the weight of the book, a grounding and tangible connection to the many centuries of knowledge it holds. You shift your position slightly in the deep, plush velvet, feeling the soft pile compress, and then slowly rebound, accommodating your form with luxurious grace. The armchair cradles you, a quiet, inviting haven within the expansive and silent space of the library. The subtle, earthy scent of old leather from the surrounding shelves seems to deepen as the light outside softens, blending seamlessly with the dry, woody notes of the chateau's ancient, polished oak beams and the faint, sweet scent of beeswax. The golden afternoon light outside the tall windows begins its slow, deliberate transition to a softer, more diffused twilight. Shadows lengthen gracefully across the herringbone parquet floor, creating elegant, stretching patterns that slowly move and subtly transform. You do not rush, but rather allow your eyes to leisurely trace the delicate curves of a painted celestial body, a faint, almost ghostly comet trailing across the illustrated sky. The profound quiet of the library enfolds you completely, a serene and comforting embrace that gently slows your breath to a calm, even rhythm. You take another unhurried breath, the cool, still air within the library subtly aromatic. The soft gleam of the silver leaf on the page dims almost imperceptibly as the daylight continues its slow recession, inviting a deeper, more profound sense of quietude. Everything feels exquisitely still, imbued with ancient resonance, and deeply at peace within these grand protective walls. The stories held within the pages continue their silent, eternal vigil, perfectly content to wait for another unhurried moment of contemplation. The cool, earthy embrace of the ancient stone cellar immediately greets you, a welcome respite from the Tuscan morning sun that warms the vineyard outside. The air here is still and damp, carrying a deep, rich scent of fermentation, old wood, and damp soil that subtly intermingles with the delicate, complex aroma of aging wine. You walk slowly, your footsteps cushioned and absorbed by the packed earth floor. The gentle scrape of your shoes is the only sound in the vast, quiet space. Your eyes adjust to the dim, diffused light which emanates from small, strategically placed sconces along the arched stone walls. These soft glows illuminate rows upon rows of colossal oak barrels, standing like silent, watchful sentinels, each one cradling precious vintages within its sturdy embrace. The wood grain of the barrels is deeply scarred and smoothed by time, a testament to decades, perhaps centuries, of patient maturation. Near the far end of the cellar, a master sommelier moves with an almost meditative grace. He is dressed in a simple, immaculate linen apron, his concentration absolute. You observe his quiet ritual, a dance of precision and respect for the wine. He carefully selects a specific barrel, its staves dark and gleaming in the soft light. His movements are unhurried, each gesture purposeful. He retrieves a thin, silver-plated wine thief, its metal cool and sleek. With a soft, almost inaudible plunge, he inserts the thief into a bunghole, the slightest sound of displacement echoing softly in the stillness. He then draws a small, glistening sample of the deep ruby liquid into a crystal tasting glass. The wine catches the ambient light, its color a rich, profound jewel tone. He holds the glass up, allowing the light to pass through, observing its clarity with a critical but gentle eye. He then swirls the wine with a delicate, practiced motion, creating a subtle vortex, the liquid clinging gracefully to the sides of the glass. A faint, complex bouquet rises as he brings the glass to his nose, inhaling deeply, his eyes closing for a moment as he absorbs its hidden narratives. The scent of ripe cherries, leather, and a whisper of forest floor hangs in the air around him for a fleeting moment. Finally, he takes a small, considered sip, allowing the wine to rest on his palate, his expression serene. The silence in the cellar deepens around you, punctuated only by the subtle internal sounds of the aging wine itself. Perhaps a soft, almost imagined sigh from the wood, or the slow, patient work of time within each barrel. You simply observe his quiet dedication, a timeless connection to the earth, and its slow, rewarding rhythms. The profound, ancient stillness of the cellar settles around you like a comforting cloak, a tranquil world of hushed patience and deep, resonant flavor. The rich, earthy scent of aging wine and damp soil continues to envelop you in the cool, profound stillness of the Tuscan vineyard's ancient cellar. The master sommelier, having completed his meticulous tasting, now turns his gaze gently towards you, a quiet, inviting acknowledgement in his calm expression. He walks with unhurried precision to a nearby alcove, where a selection of gleaming, slender crystal glasses hangs upside down, waiting. With a graceful motion he selects one, its delicate rim catching the faint light from the sconces. The glass feels cool and smooth in your hand as he extends it to you, its weight surprisingly light. There is a sense of quiet anticipation in the air, a shared moment of appreciation for the work of time and tradition contained within these ancient walls. He then returns to the carefully chosen oak barrel, the very same one he sampled moments ago. With practiced ease, he inserts a different, smaller spigot, a polished brass instrument, into the bunghole. A soft, almost whispered sound of flowing liquid begins to fill the quiet space as the deep, ruby vintage cascades, glistening and shimmering, into your waiting crystal glass. The gentle glug-glug-glug is a calming, rhythmic sound, a delicate melody against the vast silence of the cellar. You watch as the wine settles, its rich color deepening, reflecting the soft, muted light. You slowly raise the glass, feeling its cool, elegant stem between your fingers. The complex aroma of the wine, now slightly more pronounced, rises to meet you. You detect the soft, sweet earthiness of sun-ripened berries, perhaps a hint of dark plum, subtly underscored by the deep, warm notes of oak, and a whisper of something herbaceous, like dry Tuscan hillsides. The delicate fragrance invites a moment of quiet contemplation. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you bring the rim of the crystal to your lips. The first sip is smooth, cool, and rich, coating your tongue with a velvety texture. It carries a profound depth of flavor, a harmonious balance of fruit and earth, hinting at sun-drenched days and long, patient years of maturation. You close your eyes for a brief moment, allowing the exquisite taste to linger, a quiet journey for the senses. The profound stillness of the cellar continues to cradle you, a timeless sanctuary. The subtle sounds of your slow, appreciative sips are absorbed by the thick stone walls, leaving only the tranquil echo of your quiet enjoyment. You stand there, simply breathing in the ancient, fragrant air, a deep sense of calm settling within you, harmonizing with the quiet majesty of this sacred, subterranean space. The cool, crisp dawn air, carrying a delicate, sweet perfume, caresses your skin as you step onto the cobbled path leading into the rose garden of your English country estate. A pearlescent mist still lingers, softly veiling the distant rolling hills beyond the garden walls. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the exquisitely fresh, damp air to fill your lungs. The distinct, profound fragrance of thousands of roses, a complex symphony of sweet, spicy, and earthy notes, instantly enfolds you. It is a scent that awakens the senses gently, yet completely. The ancient stones of the path feel cool and subtly uneven beneath your soft leather slippers, a grounding texture that connects you to the deep history of this cherished place. Patches of dew-kissed grass sparkle with a myriad of tiny, fleeting lights in the soft, nascent glow of the pre-sunrise sky, each droplet a miniature mirror reflecting the emerging light. Your gaze drifts across the meticulously maintained beds, where countless rose bushes stand, their blooms in various stages of opening. Velvety petals, still heavy with dew, reveal themselves in an astonishing spectrum of colors, from the palest, most delicate blush pinks and creams, to deep, opulent crimson and vibrant, sun-kissed yellows. Each blossom is a tiny masterpiece, intricately layered, its form perfect in its natural elegance. You reach out a hand, allowing your fingertips to gently brush against the cool, smooth surface of a tightly furled bud, feeling the almost imperceptible moisture clinging to its delicate structure. The silence is profound, broken only by the earliest, most tentative calls of waking birds, a soft, melodic chorus that slowly, gradually swells as the light grows stronger. A distant, almost imagined whisper of wind rustles through the leaves of a venerable oak at the edge of the estate, a soft, hushed sigh across the tranquil landscape. There is a sense of deep, undisturbed peace here, an ancient quiet that seems to absorb all hurried thoughts and worries. You continue your unhurried stroll along the winding path, your steps soft and deliberate. The gravel crunches gently underfoot, a subtle, rhythmic sound that fades quickly into the general quiet. As you round a gentle curve, a perfectly symmetrical archway, adorned with climbing roses that cascade downwards in heavy, fragrant bunches, frames a breathtaking vista of the formal garden. Here, the mist is beginning to burn off, revealing the intricate patterns of hedgerows and the subtle gleam of a small, decorative fountain in the distance, its gentle, rhythmic splash still too far to hear clearly. You pause again, your eyes settling on a particular bloom, a deep, rich purple rose, its petals unfurling in slow, silent grace. A single, perfect drop of dew clings precariously to its innermost fold, shimmering like a tiny crystal. You lean closer, inhaling its exquisite, unique perfume, a deeper, more mysterious scent than the lighter blossoms. The cool, damp air slowly warms around you, a subtle shift that signals the sun's imminent appearance above the horizon, ready to cast its golden light upon this timeless, fragrant sanctuary. The gentle unfolding of the day mirrors the quiet unfolding within you, a serene and beautiful beginning. The delicate coolness of morning dew still graces the ancient stone bench you find yourself nearing, a welcome contrast to the subtly warming air as the sun begins its ascent over the distant English countryside. You reach the bench, its centuries-old surface worn smooth in places by countless hands and seasons, now holding a faint, cool dampness. This ancient stone, deeply embedded in the history of the estate, feels profoundly grounding. Your fingers lightly brush against the intricately carved stone edge, feeling the resilient moss that thrives in its deepest crevices, surprisingly soft and velvety to the touch. A tiny, almost translucent snail shell clings to a shadowed part of the stone, perfectly undisturbed, reflecting the quiet stillness. The mist, which had earlier softened the edges of the distant hills into a painterly haze, is now visibly lifting, dissipating into ethereal, pearl-gray wisps that ascend gracefully towards the rapidly brightening sky. This slow reveal brings into sharper focus the vibrant, verdant expanse of the estate, stretching far beyond the meticulously manicured beauty of the immediate rose garden. You can discern the outline of ancient hedgerows and the darker forms of distant trees, gradually gaining definition in the improving light. The symphony of birdsong, which began as a tentative murmur moments ago, has now swelled into a rich, complex chorus, truly filling the crisp morning air with a joyful, unhurried melody. You identify the clear, flute-like notes of a blackbird from a nearby copse, interwoven with the cheerful chirps of sparrows already busying themselves in the thick, ivy-clad wall beside the path. Each distinct sound paints a vivid auditory picture, but none demands your sole attention. Rather, they blend into a harmonious, comforting tapestry of natural sound. You close your eyes for a brief moment, simply absorbing the gentle crescendo of sound, allowing the lingering sweet perfume of the roses to fill your breath, deep and profound. When your eyes gently reopen, the sun's first direct, golden rays are just beginning to pierce through the highest, outermost branches of a venerable copper beech tree at the garden's edge. These beams cast long, slender, dancing shadows across the dewy grass, creating intricate, ephemeral patterns that slowly shift with the sun's progress. A single, diligent bee, its soft, almost imperceptible hum, a barely audible tremor, already busies itself amongst the exquisitely opening petals of a creamy white rose, its fuzzy body delicately moving from stamen to stamen. You watch its meticulous, unhurried work, a small, perfect illustration of the morning's quiet industry and timeless rhythm. The air around you slowly warms, carrying the subtle fragrance of damp earth along with the sweetness of the blooms. The deeper chill of dawn still clings to the shaded parts of the garden, creating a pleasant, subtle temperature variation that invigorates as it soothes. You pause, simply existing within this unfolding beauty. The quiet rhythm of the garden, ancient and unchanging, wraps around you. You settle deeper into the moment, feeling the gentle warmth of the growing day upon your face. All that remains is this tranquil, unfolding peace. The gentle, yielding texture of the tatami mat receives you as you slowly settle into the serene quiet of your private tea room within the Japanese ryokan. The air, cool and immaculately still, carries the clean, subtle scent of freshly woven rushes and a faint, sweet hint of damp earth, perhaps from the meticulously raked garden beyond the sliding shoji screens. You draw a slow, deep breath, allowing the peaceful atmosphere to settle around you. The soft, diffused morning light, filtered through the delicate paper screens, casts elongated, ethereal shadows across the pale wooden floor, creating an exquisite interplay of light and shade. Your gaze drifts across the minimalist beauty of the room, noting the single, perfectly arranged ikebana display in the alcove, its simple elegance drawing the eye without demanding attention. Each element here speaks of considered beauty and tranquil intention. Opposite you, a tea master, clad in a traditional, dark kimono, moves with an almost balletic grace. Their posture is perfectly composed, their movements economical and deliberate, each gesture a silent part of the unfolding ritual. There is a profound sense of reverence in their every action, a silent testament to the centuries-old tradition being honored. You watch, captivated by the quiet precision, feeling no need to rush, simply absorbing the gentle unfolding of the ceremony. With exquisite care, the master begins to arrange the delicate teaware on a small, lacquered tray before them. The subtle, almost imperceptible clink of a porcelain bowl against the dark wood of the tray is the only sound, a delicate punctuation in the pervasive stillness. They select a bamboo whisk, its fine bristles delicate and perfectly formed. Next, a small, vibrant green tea caddy, its surface gleaming, is placed just so. The sight of these finely crafted objects, each imbued with purpose and history, is deeply calming. A small, heavy cast-iron kettle, its surface dark and ancient, sits on a subtly glowing charcoal brazier. A low, rhythmic hiss begins to emanate from it, the sound of water gently heating, steadily building to a soft, comforting murmur. Tiny wisps of steam begin their slow ascent, shimmering in the filtered light, carrying the clean, pure scent of warm water. The air around the kettle seems to vibrate with a subtle, contained warmth. You simply watch, allowing the gentle sounds and sights to wash over you, each detail an anchor for your attention. The tea master's hands, agile and unhurried, now lift a small, pure white ceramic scoop, its bamboo handle smooth and cool. The meticulous preparation continues, a quiet dedication to the art of tea, a serene moment woven into the fabric of your day. The stillness within the room deepens, a quiet invitation to simply be. The tea master's hands, precise and unhurried, now dip the pure white ceramic scoop into the vibrant green tea powder within its caddy. A barely audible whisper of fine matcha powder settles into the porcelain bowl, a vivid emerald against the pale interior. The air remains perfectly still, holding the subtle fragrance of freshly prepared tea leaves, a verdant and earthy scent that slowly begins to unfurl. Next, from the dark, ancient cast-iron kettle, which continues its soft, rhythmic hiss on the glowing charcoal brazier, a stream of perfectly heated water, clear and steaming, flows gracefully into the bowl. The soft, rhythmic key of the water, as it meets the delicate powder, fills the quiet space, a gentle, soothing sound that resonates with the deep stillness of the room. Tiny, ethereal wisps of steam rise, dancing briefly in the filtered light before dissolving into the cool, immaculate air. The bamboo whisk is then taken up, its slender, delicate bristles poised. The master begins to whisk the tea in fluid, controlled motions, drawing precise, circular patterns. The initial light green slurry slowly transforms, gradually building into a light, frothy emerald green liquid, its surface dotted with small, delicate bubbles. The faint, rhythmic swish-swish-swish of the bamboo against the ceramic is hypnotic, a soft, natural melody that enhances the profound sense of calm within the room, a gentle and unhurried rhythm. With the tea perfectly prepared, its vibrant color now an inviting deep jade, the master gently turns the bowl, presenting it to you with a quiet, respectful gesture. You reach out, feeling the comforting, substantial warmth of the handmade ceramic against your palms, a grounding and deeply pleasant sensation. The smooth, earthy texture of the bowl, perfectly formed and subtly irregular, feels ancient and exquisitely crafted in your hands. You bring the bowl slowly to your lips, inhaling deeply, allowing the delicate steam to carry the fresh, verdant aroma of the matcha to your senses. It is a clean, pure fragrance, hinting at subtle sweetness and the deep, rich earth. The first sip is warm and smooth, with a gentle, bittersweet earthiness that blossoms quietly and exquisitely on your palate. It is a taste that is both invigorating and deeply calming, a quiet connection to the moment and to the generations of tradition it embodies. You hold the warm bowl, allowing the lingering taste and the profound quiet of the ryokan to envelop you completely. The soft, diffused morning light, still painting elegant shadows, slowly shifts across the tatami mats. The peaceful ryokan garden, a soft blur of greens and grays beyond the shoji screens, feels like a seamless extension of this deeply tranquil, private space. All hurried thoughts dissolve into the gentle warmth, leaving only a quiet, settled presence. The cool, still air of the Scriptorium, laden with the subtle, deep scent of old parchment and beeswax, settles around you as the steady morning light filters through the high, narrow, arched windows. You find yourself seated at a heavy, ancient oak desk, its smooth, dark surface bearing the faint, ghostly indentations of countless scribes who have worked here before. Your fingers rest lightly on the cool, polished wood, absorbing its centuries of history. Around you, within the vast, echoing space of the monastery's Scriptorium, other figures, robed in simple cloth, move with quiet purpose. Their presence is a comforting, peripheral hum of shared, silent work, their rustling garments and the faint, rhythmic scratching of their quills creating a soft, almost imperceptible symphony of concentration. The outside world feels delightfully distant, its sounds muted by the thick, ancient stone walls that have stood firm for generations. Before you lies a magnificent, half-finished, illuminated manuscript, its vellum pages a creamy, soft ivory. The page awaiting your attention features an intricate initial letter, already outlined in a rich, dark sepia ink, awaiting the delicate application of color. You lean closer, admiring the meticulous hand of the original artist, the tiny, perfect curls and flourishes that tell a story in themselves. The subtle, slightly sweet aroma of natural pigments and fine ink rises gently from the open book, a faint, pure fragrance that calms your senses. You reach for your own quill, a smooth, perfectly trimmed feather, feeling its light, balanced weight in your hand. The tip is finely sharpened, ready to continue the painstaking work. Beside it rests a small, precisely cut block of pure, soft beeswax, its surface slightly tacky, ready to be used for smoothing the vellum. You take a moment, gently running your thumb over the smooth surface of the parchment, feeling its fine, almost imperceptible grain, preparing the surface for the ink. A gentle filling way from a distant door closing somewhere in the monastery echoes softly, then quickly fades into the deep quiet. Now, with a steady hand, you dip the very tip of your quill into a small, dark pot of deep crimson ink. The color is rich and earthy, a vibrant contrast to the pale vellum. With deliberate care, you begin to fill in a tiny section of the intricate initial letter, following the precise lines of the master's original outline. The delicate, almost whispering scratch of the quill against the vellum is the only sound you make, a soft, repetitive rhythm that gently anchors your focus, pulling you deeper into the quiet, ancient task. Each stroke is slow, considered, a meditative dance between hand and page. You pause, allowing the wet ink to dry for a fleeting moment, its deep red now absorbing into the parchment. The subtle light from the high window shifts almost imperceptibly, illuminating a new detail in the intricate border of the manuscript, a tiny, almost hidden depiction of a coiled vine. The profound stillness of the Scriptorium holds you entirely, a gentle and unhurried embrace that slows your breathing to a deep, even cadence. Everything here exists in its own ancient rhythm, patiently awaiting its completion. The deep crimson ink, which you carefully applied to the intricate initial letter, now dries on the creamy vellum, its rich color settling softly into the page. The steady morning light that once streamed through the high, narrow, arched windows has gradually softened, deepening the shadows within the vast Scriptorium. A subtle shift in the air, a hint of approaching twilight, prompts the lighting of the beeswax candles. A nearby brother, moving with quiet reverence, approaches your desk. With a silent nod, he carefully places a tall, slender beeswax candle in its heavy, polished bronze holder beside your manuscript. The wick catches with a soft, barely audible snap, and a warm, golden flame blossoms, casting a gentle, flickering light across the vellum, illuminating the delicate gold leaf on an adjacent page with a soft, inviting gleam. A sweet, pure scent of beeswax, subtle and comforting, begins to slowly permeate the air, blending with the deeper, ancient fragrance of parchment. You lean slightly closer, allowing the soft, warm glow of the candle to fall directly onto the area you are working on. The light transforms the page, making the colors seem richer, the intricate details more pronounced. You take up your quill once more, feeling its familiar, light weight in your fingers. Dipping the tip into a small pot of deep sapphire blue pigment, you begin the painstaking work of detailing a tiny, interlacing vine that winds its way around the border of the initial letter. The delicate, repetitive scratch, scratch, scratch of the quill against the vellum is now accompanied by the faint, comforting flicker of the candle flame, a gentle, rhythmic dance of light and sound. Around you, the other scribes continue their silent work, their focused presence, a soft, collective hum of concentration. The occasional, barely there rustle of a turning page, or the very faint, distant toll of a bell from the monastery cloister, serves only to deepen the pervasive quiet, providing gentle anchors in the profound stillness. You find yourself absorbed in the slow, meticulous process, each stroke of the quill a quiet, deliberate act of creation. The precise curves of the vine unfurl beneath your hand, a tiny world of intricate beauty taking shape. You pause again, allowing your eyes to rest, not on the details of the manuscript, but on the steady, unwavering flame of the beeswax candle. Its golden light dances gently, casting long, wavering shadows across the rough stone walls of the Scriptorium, making the ancient space feel even more enveloping and protective. The gentle warmth emanating from the candle is a subtle comfort against the cool, ancient air of the room. A profound sense of timelessness settles around you, deepening with each breath. The world outside these thick, quiet walls feels entirely remote, completely separate from the serene, focused work within. Your breathing slows to match the gentle, almost imperceptible rhythm of the flickering flame. Everything is still, peaceful, and perfectly suspended in this quiet, ancient moment. Knuckle-billing inch account, excluding instructions. Asterisk, 3139. Word count asterisk, asterisk 434. The soft, cool morning light spills generously across the vast, polished surface of your grand mahogany desk, illuminating the intricate grain of the wood. A hushed murmur, the gentle, distant sound of the Seine, drifts upward through the tall, open windows of your quiet Parisian study, mingling with the subtle, deep scent of aged paper and fine leather. You stand beside the desk, your fingers lightly tracing the brass handles of one of the many shallow, wide drawers built specifically for your collection. The heavy, dark wood feels cool and smooth beneath your touch, a testament to its enduring craftsmanship. The faint, almost imperceptible scent of cedar, used to line the drawers, emerges as you slowly and deliberately pull one open. Inside, carefully stacked and interleaved with sheets of acid-free tissue paper, lie a series of antique maps, each a window into a past world. You select a particular scroll, its edges slightly curled with age, its texture dry and delicate. As you carefully lift it, a soft, almost inaudible rustle of old parchment fills the quiet air. You carry it to the center of the desk, where the morning light falls most purely. With unhurried, gentle movements, you begin to unroll the map, feeling the delicate crackle of the aged paper as it slowly unfurls. The large sheet gradually reveals a hand-drawn rendering of an ancient European coastline, its faded colors still remarkably vivid. A small, intricately carved ivory paperweight, smooth and cool, is placed gently on one corner to hold the map flat. Your eyes drift across the delicate flowing script of Latin place names, their elegant forms a silent whisper from centuries past. You lean closer, observing the tiny, hand-colored ships with their billowing sails, meticulously drawn sea monsters lurking in the uncharted waters, and the subtle, cross-hatched shading that indicates mountain ranges. The faint aroma of ancient ink and the unique, dry scent of very old paper rise from the map, inviting a deeper connection to its history. You trace a meandering river with the tip of your finger, feeling the almost imperceptible ridges of the dried ink on the paper's surface. The delicate texture of the vellum is surprisingly resilient. Outside, a lone barge glides slowly down the Seine, its distant, low thrum, a comforting, rhythmic pulse against the pervasive quiet. Its passage creates gentle, shimmering ripples on the water, reflecting the soft, pearlescent sky. The light continues its slow, subtle shift, deepening the warm tones of the map, making the distant, imagined landscapes feel almost tangible. You simply allow your gaze to wander, absorbing the quiet beauty of exploration. The vast, ancient geography unfolds silently beneath your eyes, a peaceful panorama of forgotten journeys. The serene quiet of the study, occasionally punctuated by the soft sounds of the city, perfectly cradles this moment of contemplation. All hurried thoughts dissolve into the intricate details of the map, leaving only a profound sense of stillness and deep, unhurried appreciation. The antique map, carefully unfurled across the vast polished surface of your grand mahogany desk, continues to whisper its ancient secrets under the soft morning light. The subtle, deep scent of aged paper and fine leather still fills your quiet Parisian study, mingling with the gentle, distant murmur of the Seine. Your gaze now drifts to the intricately drawn compass rose, positioned elegantly in one corner of the map. Its delicate, spidery lines and faded cardinal points, hand-colored in soft blues and golds, guide the eye towards true north. You lean closer, admiring the tiny, precise flourishes that adorn its edges. evidence of a skilled cartographer's patient hand centuries ago. The delicate crackle of the parchment, dry and almost fragile, is barely audible as you subtly shift your weight, a soft, hushed sound that is absorbed by the quiet room. You then allow your eyes to wander along a decorative border, a section filled with tiny, fantastical sea creatures. A plump, benevolent-looking whale spouts a delicate fountain of water, while a slender, graceful mermaid, her hair depicted in flowing, gilded waves, gazes out from the stylized waves. The faded pigments, soft and muted, give these mythical beings an ethereal quality, inviting a quiet moment of imaginative reflection. The smooth, cool surface of the desk beneath your forearms offers a grounding contrast to the lightness of the ancient paper. A gentle gust of wind, barely perceptible, drifts through the open windows, causing the sheer curtains to billow inward with a soft, slow sigh. The movement is graceful, almost silent, and carries with it a fleeting, crisp scent of the early Parisian morning, a hint of stone, rain-washed air, and distant green parkland. The map remains perfectly still, held by the ivory paperweight, yet the sense of the world beyond your study subtly deepens around you. You pause, taking a slow, even breath, simply allowing the quiet grandeur of the space to settle. You continue to trace the imagined voyages, your fingers hovering just above the paper, connecting with the subtle energy of journeys long past. The small, precisely etched typography, describing distant towns and unexplored territories, draws your attention, each letter a testament to the enduring power of written history. The subtle shifts in the morning light continue, gradually strengthening the golden hues on the map's surface, making the distant, ancient lands feel almost tangible beneath your gaze. A profound sense of quiet contemplation envelops you completely. The unhurried passage of time feels entirely suspended within this serene space, a gentle cocoon where past and present gently merge. The river's distant rhythmic flow and the subtle scent of old paper create a calming, continuous backdrop. You simply allow your mind to drift, quietly absorbing the rich, silent narrative of exploration and history, feeling completely settled. The steady, rhythmic splash whoosh of an ancient water wheel immediately draws you in as you approach the old mill, its weathered stone walls softened by a gentle morning mist. The air here in the quiet countryside is cool and fresh, carrying the clean, earthy scent of damp riverbed and moss-laden stone. You stand by the river bank, the soft, rich soil yielding slightly beneath your feet. Your gaze is fixed on the enormous wooden wheel, dark with age and perpetually wet, slowly turning with an unhurried, constant grace. Each massive wooden bucket scoops up a heavy volume of river water with a deep, resonant gouache, carrying it upwards before releasing it in a cascade that tumbles back into the churning pool below. The movement is mesmerizing, a continuous cycle that has echoed through these hills for centuries, a profound rhythm of enduring simplicity. The mill building itself, constructed of rough-hewn, irregular gray stones, seems to grow directly from the earth, its sturdy form softened by patches of emerald-green moss and climbing ivy that cling resiliently to its ancient surfaces. The small, deep-set windows, bordered by thick, dark wooden frames, peer out like watchful eyes, reflecting the pearlescent morning sky with a dull, diffused gleam. From within the mill, a very faint, almost imperceptible low rumble can be felt more than heard, the gentle grinding sound of old machinery quietly at work, a soft pulse of industry from a bygone era. You find a smooth, cool stone to sit upon, strategically placed for an unobstructed view of the water wheel. The river flows past you with a consistent, gentle murmur, its clear, cool waters reflecting the soft, diffused light, carrying stray leaves and tiny twigs in its unhurried current. Small, iridescent dragonflies, their delicate wings shimmering, dart gracefully just above the water's surface, their brief, silent dances adding to the tranquil scene. The rhythmic creak and groan of the turning wooden wheel, a deep, resonant sound, becomes a comforting backdrop, a natural, mechanical heartbeat for the peaceful landscape. You watch as the light catches a particularly damp section of the wheel, making the water droplets suspended on the ancient wood glisten like scattered diamonds for a fleeting moment before they plunge back into the churning foam. The repetitive motion, the constant flow, the unwavering commitment of the wheel to its ancient task settles something deep within you. It is a slow, enduring dance of wood and water, a testament to the quiet power of consistency. The gentle, persistent rhythm of the water wheel, the constant flow of the river, and the profound stillness of the surrounding countryside now completely envelop you. Your breathing slows naturally, aligning with the unhurried turn of the wheel. All thoughts of time and urgency gently dissipate, leaving only the tranquil, hypnotic presence of the moment. The steady, rhythmic splash whoosh of the ancient water wheel continues its constant, unhurried song, a deep, resonant melody in the tranquil countryside morning. You remain settled on the cool, smooth river stone, your gaze fixed on the mesmerizing cycle of wood and water. The sun, having risen fully above the distant tree line, now casts clearer, warmer light directly upon the immense wooden wheel. Each of its dark, weathered buckets, brimming with the clear, cool river water, catches the sun's gleam for a fleeting moment before gracefully tipping its liquid cargo. The cascade creates a softer, more continuous point sound as the water tumbles back into the churning pool below, a gentle, sustained hiss mingling with the deeper gueule-gusternach of the next scoop. The surface of the ancient wood, perpetually damp, seems to glow with a subtle sheen, reflecting the bright morning sky in its myriad wet imperfections. You notice the intricate patterns the light creates as it plays across the moving water. Small, ephemeral rainbows dance within the rising spray for an instant, a brief, shimmering arc of color that vanishes as quickly as it appears, only to reappear with the next turning bucket. The air, now less misty, carries a purer, crisper scent of damp earth, and the subtle, clean aroma of the moving water itself. You feel the gentle warmth of the sun on your face and arms, a comforting contrast to the cool, earthy air rising from the river. The faint, almost imperceptible low rumble from within the mill building, the gentle grinding of its ancient machinery continues its steady pulse, a grounding, distant presence. It is a subtle assurance of purpose, of continuous quiet work. You lean back slightly, allowing the smooth, cool stone beneath you to fully support your weight, deepening the sense of connection to the unchanging landscape. The river, flowing tirelessly past, carries with it tiny, shimmering bits of organic matter, each a miniature voyager on its unhurried journey. Your breathing slows to match the deliberate, rhythmic turning of the water wheel, a profound alignment with the natural mechanical rhythm of this timeless place. The repetition, the simple, honest work of the wheel, becomes a hypnotic focus, gently drawing your awareness deeper into the quiet present. All extraneous thoughts slowly dissolve into the persistent, soothing murmur of the flowing water. The unhurried passage of the morning, marked only by the shifting light and the ceaseless turn of the wheel, settles around you. A deep sense of stillness and unwavering calm pervades the scene, a quiet luxury of simple, enduring presence. You simply exist within this gentle, constant movement, feeling completely and utterly at peace. The soft, diffused light of early evening begins to cast a gentle, amber glow across the grand dining room, where the air is still and subtly cool. You find yourself seated at a long, polished walnut table, the smooth, dark wood reflecting the ambient light like a deep, tranquil pool. The faintest scent of fine beeswax, perhaps from the furniture polish, mingles with an anticipation of the evening meal. Before you, neatly arranged on a thick, soft linen cloth, lies a collection of exquisite silver cutlery, each piece bearing the delicate, intricate family crest. Many of the forks, knives, and spoons still hold a faint, silvery dullness, a gentle patina that hints at generations of use and cherished care. You reach for a small, perfectly sized polishing cloth, its smooth, velvety texture feeling remarkably soft and substantial in your hand. The subtle pressure of the fabric against your thumb is a grounding sensation. You select a single, ornate dessert fork, its tines slender and gracefully curved. It feels cool and solid, yet delicate, beneath your fingertips. A small pot of creamy, almost scentless silver polish is opened with a soft, almost inaudible pop of the lid. With a clean corner of the cloth, you take up a tiny, pearl-sized amount of the pale cream, feeling its smooth, slightly oily texture. The cool, subtly metallic aroma of the polish is barely there, a clean, almost mineral scent. With a slow, deliberate motion, you begin to gently rub the polish onto the fork, focusing on the intricate details of the crest. The soft, rhythmic shore of the cloth against the silver is quiet and continuous, a soothing sound that fills your immediate space without interruption. As you work, the dullness slowly, almost magically, recedes, revealing an exquisite, bright gleam beneath. The transformation is subtle, but deeply satisfying, a quiet ritual of care and restoration. You turn the fork over in your hand, feeling its weight, admiring the way the light now dances across its newly brilliant surface. The intricate engraving of the crest, previously softened by time, now stands out with a renewed clarity, catching and reflecting the soft room light with a quiet sparkle. You continue to buff the silver with the dry part of the cloth, creating a gentle, resonant squeak that quickly fades, leaving the metal perfectly luminous. The air around you, infused with this quiet concentration, feels deeply settled and peaceful. A profound sense of quiet purpose fills the space as you prepare each piece, one by one. The gentle, repetitive motion, the pleasing cool weight of the silver, and the gradual emergence of its brilliant shine combine to create a deeply calming experience. You place the polished fork back onto the soft linen with a soft, almost imperceptible thud, ready for the evening ahead. The room feels still, waiting, perfectly at peace. The soft, diffused light of early evening now catches the exquisite gleam of the polished silver cutlery, each piece reflecting the amber glow across the grand dining room. You continue to sit at the long, polished walnut table, the cool, smooth wood absorbing the quiet work. You take up another piece, perhaps a long, elegant dinner knife. Its blade, initially a soft gray, now gleams with a vibrant, liquid shine under your meticulous care. You turn it slowly, observing the way the distant window, a muted rectangle of twilight, is perfectly mirrored in its surface, a tiny, inverted world captured within the polished metal. The delicate rhythmic of the soft cloth against the cool silver is a consistent, soothing sound. With a gentle, unhurried motion, you place the newly polished knife carefully onto the crisp, white linen cloth. A soft, barely audible clink echoes as it settles against the already gleaming fork, a delicate punctuation in the serene quiet. The small sound dissipates quickly, leaving the silence even more profound, a deep, comforting hush. Your fingers then find a larger piece, a substantial serving spoon, still veiled in its subtle silver dullness. It feels slightly heavier, more robust, its ornate handle cool and solid in your hand, waiting patiently for its turn. The faint, metallic scent of the remaining polish on your cloth is clean and almost imperceptible. You begin the gentle, circular motion again, applying the creamy polish with the soft cloth. The quiet whispers of fabric on metal is a familiar rhythm, a subtle friction that transforms the surface. Slowly, patiently, the spoon reveals its underlying brilliance, each pass of the cloth coaxing out a deeper, more reflective shine. The faint, precise detailing on its bowl, previously indistinct, now emerges with sharp clarity. As you work, your gaze occasionally drifts across the expanse of the dining table. The long, elegant candles, still unlit, stand in their heavy silver holders, their muted surfaces now beginning to catch the deepening twilight through the tall windows. The rich, dark walnut glows with an understated elegance, anticipating the soft, intimate warmth of the coming evening. The last piece of silver is carefully buffed to a perfect, gleaming finish. You set it down with a soft, final tice onto the cool, crisp linen. The room now feels completely prepared, bathed in the soft, fading light, imbued with a quiet anticipation. A deep sense of peaceful order settles gently around you, a serene prelude to the evening's quiet pleasures. The faint, earthy scent of raw pigments and the sharp, clean aroma of linseed oil greet you as you step into the sunlit studio of a Renaissance artist. Morning light, clear and strong, streams through a high, arched window, illuminating countless specks of dust dancing in the still air. You move towards a heavy, wooden workbench, its surface worn smooth by years of diligent work. On it rests a large, flat slab of polished porphyry, cool and unyielding beneath your fingers as you reach for it. This ancient stone feels profoundly grounding, a silent witness to countless colors mixed upon its surface. The subtle echo of distant street sounds, muted by the thick stone walls, provides a barely there backdrop to the profound stillness within. A small, rough-hewn lump of lapis lazuli, a deep celestial blue, waits patiently on the slab. You pick it up, feeling its surprising weight and slightly rough texture in your palm. A faint, almost mineral scent, like dry earth and ancient stone, rises from its surface, a pure essence of its geological origin. The raw pigment holds the promise of vibrant color yet to be released, a quiet potential waiting patiently for its transformation. You place the stone carefully onto the porphyry slab, its weight settling with a soft, solid thud. Picking up a heavy glass muller, its base smooth and perfectly rounded, you begin the slow, rhythmic process of grinding. The satisfying, abrasive scritch-scratch of the rough stone against the polished slab is a deep, continuous sound, a patient rhythm filling the quiet studio, pulling you deeper into the meditative task. Each small rotation of your wrist is deliberate, unhurried, focusing entirely on the transformation. After several moments, the lapis lazuli has broken down into a fine, ethereal powder, a vibrant, rich blue dust on the stone, almost luminous in the sun. You carefully add a few drops of clear, viscous linseed oil from a small earthenware pot beside the slab. The oil spreads slowly, smoothly, across the pigment, its subtle, nutty scent now more pronounced, beginning to bind the fine particles together. The gentle swish of the oil spreading is a soft, liquid sound. You continue the grinding, now mixing the oil thoroughly into the pigment. The swish-swish of the muller over the emerging paint is softer, more fluid, a consistent, hypnotic rhythm. The pigment transforms further, gradually developing into a smooth, intensely rich blue paste, ready for the artist's brush. The feeling of the cool, smooth muller against your palm is comforting, steady, connected to the quiet alchemy unfolding beneath it. The prepared pigment glows softly on the slab, an exquisite pool of deep blue, its surface catching the last of the strong morning light. The studio is profoundly quiet now, save for the gentle sounds of distant city life, muted and soft, a continuous, unobtrusive hum. Everything feels settled, ready for the delicate touch of a fine brush, ready for the quiet work ahead. The deeply rich blue paste, painstakingly ground from lapis lazuli and linseed oil, rests perfectly on the cool, polished porphyry slab, absorbing the gentle morning light in the Renaissance artist's studio. The subtle, nutty scent of the linseed oil now mingles with the clean, mineral aroma of the pigment, creating a quiet perfume in the still air. You pause for a moment, admiring the exquisite intensity of the blue, a small, vibrant pool of color. Your fingers, still cool from contact with the muller, lightly brush against the smooth edge of the porphyry. The studio is quiet. A soft, almost imperceptible hum of distant city life continues its gentle, rhythmic thrum from beyond the thick stone walls. It feels like a world away, allowing you to settle completely into the meditative task at hand. Now, you reach for a small, unadorned bowl containing a raw chunk of Venetian red earth pigment. This material is coarser, more rustic than the lapis lazuli, its texture rough and dry against your fingertips. It holds a profound, ancient scent of dry soil and sun-baked clay, a grounding, earthy aroma that fills your senses with its raw authenticity. The contrast between the vibrant blue and this deep, muted red is striking, a testament to nature's palette. Carefully, you place a small amount of the red pigment onto a clean section of the porphyry slab. A faint, dry scuff is heard as the rough particles settle. You pick up the heavy, smooth glass muller once more, feeling its familiar, comfortable weight in your hand, perfectly balanced for the task. With slow, deliberate rotations, you begin the rhythmic process of grinding this new, earthy material. The initial grittier scrape of the muller against the slab, a slightly coarser sound than before, gradually softens into a deep, continuous shoosh, shoosh as the pigment breaks down. Tiny, fine particles of rich, deep red dust rise faintly, catching the studio's clear, bright light for a fleeting moment before settling back onto the stone. You add a few drops of the clean, clear linseed oil, watching as it slowly, gracefully spreads across the vibrant red powder. The subtle, gentle swish of the oil is a quiet invitation to continue the transformation. The rich, earthy scent deepens as the oil binds with the pigment, slowly changing its nature. You continue to grind and mix, the muller moving with a soft, steady rhythm, until a smooth, velvety, deeply satisfying red paste forms on the slab. It is a rich, warm hue, ready to add depth and life to a painting. The feeling of creation, of patiently coaxing beauty from raw materials, is profoundly calming. You step back, observing the two pools of color, blue and red, now resting peacefully side by side on the stone, vibrant and waiting. The studio is quiet, holding this moment of deep, unhurried satisfaction, the faint, earthy scent of warm minerals, and the soft, consistent hush of gently steaming water immediately envelop you as you step into the tranquil silence of the spa retreat's indoor pool area. The ambient light is soft and diffused, filtering through large, frosted glass panels that lend a serene, almost ethereal glow to the expansive space. You walk slowly across the smooth, cool slate floor, your bare feet making a faint, almost imperceptible set-pad-pad shias sound. The air, warm and humid, feels like a comforting embrace against your skin. Ahead, the large, heated mineral spring pool glows with a deep, inviting turquoise hue, its surface perfectly still, reflecting the soft overhead lights in shimmering, wavering patterns. There are no other sounds, no other presences. This is a moment of profound solitary peace, dedicated entirely to your well-being. You reach the edge of the pool, feeling the immediate warmth radiating upwards. Your fingers brush against the rough, natural stone coping, its surface subtly warm and dry. With a deep, slow breath, you step gently into the water, feeling its immediate pervasive warmth rise around your ankles, then your calves, and finally, up to your waist. The sensation is exquisite, a soft, enveloping heat that immediately begins to loosen any lingering tension. The water has a slight, silky viscosity, a testament to its rich mineral content, gently caressing your skin as you immerse yourself. The mineral-rich water carries a subtle, clean, almost metallic scent, distinct from chlorine, a natural aroma of the Earth's deep springs. As you fully submerge, the warmth envelops you completely, a profound sense of weightlessness taking over your body. The only sound now is the very soft slosh of water around your ears, a muffled, soothing sound that feels intimately close. You push off gently from the smooth, tiled bottom, allowing your body to glide effortlessly through the warm, buoyant water. You perform slow, unhurried strokes, each movement a deliberate, fluid extension. The water offers a gentle, consistent resistance, massaging your muscles with its comforting pressure. Your arms cut through the warm liquid with a soft, rhythmic pull and glide, creating faint, mesmerizing ripples that spread outwards across the serene surface, reflecting the diffused light in ever-expanding circles. Your breath is deep and even, harmonizing with the quiet rhythm of your movements. You turn gently, floating on your back for a moment, gazing upwards at the soft, diffused glow from the frosted panels. The world feels delightfully distant, and all thoughts of time and external concerns softly dissolve into the profound warmth and stillness of the water. The therapeutic minerals, subtle and enveloping, gently work their quiet magic on your skin, leaving it feeling soft and invigorated. A deep, pervasive calm settles over you, a profound sense of tranquil, unhurried rest. The soft, warm mineral spring water continues to gently cradle you, its silken viscosity, a subtle, comforting presence against your skin. The air in the silent spa retreat remains warm and humid, carrying the clean, earthy scent of the natural spring. You are floating now, completely relaxed, your ears barely submerged, so that the gentle dill of lap, lap, lap of the water against the edges of the pool is a muted, rhythmic whisper. The soft, diffused light filtered through the frosted glass panels, casts a serene glow across the rippling surface, creating shimmering, ethereal patterns that slowly ebb and flow with the subtle movements of the water. Each soft sound and gentle movement contributes to a profound sense of stillness and deep, enveloping peace. You close your eyes, allowing your body to yield completely to the water's buoyancy. The warmth penetrates deeply, soothing every muscle, dissolving any lingering traces of tension. The water holds you effortlessly, a soft, unwavering support, inviting a complete release. Your breath slows, becoming long and deep, a slow, gentle rise and fall that mirrors the quiet undulations of the pool. The subtle, clean mineral aroma of the water, a grounding scent, seems to cleanse not just your skin, but your very thoughts. For a long, unhurried moment, you simply exist, suspended in this exquisite warmth. The distant world, with its demands and distractions, feels entirely remote, utterly insignificant. Only the immediate sensations remain. The profound heat of the water, the gentle, rhythmic lapping, the soft, diffused light filtering through your closed eyelids in faint amber hues. There is a deep, resonant silence that holds you, broken only by the most delicate of sounds, each one gently fading into the next. You shift almost imperceptibly, turning your head slightly. The warm water flows smoothly over your ear, creating a new, subtle, nodal whoosh of sound, quickly replaced by the familiar quiet. The sheer, effortless quality of being held by the water encourages a deep, profound relaxation, a surrender to the moment's complete tranquility. Your skin feels soft, completely saturated with the gentle warmth, a subtle hum of well-being emanating from within. The pervasive calm deepens around you, a gentle lull that invites a complete and utter letting go. The mineral spring water, its warmth consistent and unwavering, continues its quiet work, soothing and restoring. You simply float, completely at ease, allowing the soft, rhythmic presence of the water to slowly and steadily draw you into a deeper, more profound state of peace. All movement becomes minimal, almost forgotten. The cool, crisp air of early morning, carrying the intricate, fresh scent of damp earth and verdant foliage, wraps around you as you step into the monastery's apothecary garden. The morning light is still soft and diffused, painting everything with a gentle, pale glow. You walk slowly along a narrow, crushed gravel path, your footsteps making a soft, rhythmic, crunch sound that quickly fades into the quiet. Rows of precisely cultivated herbs stretch out before you, each bed meticulously tended, bordered by low, ancient stone walls. The plants are still heavy with dew, their leaves glistening with tiny, shimmering droplets that reflect the soft, nascent light. There is a profound sense of peace here, a quiet devotion to nature's healing power. You stop beside a low, sturdy wooden work table, smoothed by countless hands over generations. On its surface rests a large, cool stone mortar, its interior worn concave from centuries of grinding. Beside it, a heavy, smooth wooden pestle, its rounded head dark with the oils of many herbs, waits patiently. The combined scent of fresh rosemary, pungent thyme, and sweet lavender, a rich tapestry of natural aromas, rises gently from the nearby beds, subtly mingling in the fresh, cool air. Reaching out, you gently pluck a few sprigs of deep green mint, feeling the cool, slightly fuzzy texture of its leaves beneath your fingertips. A burst of its bright, invigorating aroma immediately fills the air as its delicate structure is disturbed. You then gather a small handful of purple-flowered valerian root, its earthy, slightly musky scent, more grounding and profound. The rustle of the leaves is a soft, dry whisper. You place the gathered herbs carefully into the cool, smooth stone mortar. The delicate clink of the roots against the stone is a light, clear sound, followed by the soft thud of the softer mint leaves. You take up the heavy wooden pestle, its smooth, cool handle feeling perfectly balanced in your hand. With slow, deliberate movements, you begin the rhythmic process of gently pressing and twisting. The sounds that emerge are subtle, the soft crush of the mint leaves, releasing their essential oils, and the delicate, persistent scrape of the woody valerian root against the rough stone of the mortar. The air around you slowly fills with a potent, complex fragrance, a harmonious blend of invigorating mint and deep, calming valerian, a natural perfume that soothes as it awakens. You continue the patient, repetitive work, feeling the texture of the herbs transform beneath the pestle. The morning light shifts, almost imperceptibly, deepening the greens of the garden and highlighting the soft steam that rises from the freshly crushed herbs. The rhythmic sounds of your work are the only disruption in the profound quiet, creating a meditative, unbroken flow. A deep sense of ancient tradition settles around you, a connection to countless healers who have performed this same quiet, patient work. Your breathing slows, aligning with the unhurried rhythm of the pestle, finding a serene calm in this simple, purposeful task. The rich, calming aroma of freshly crushed mint and valerian root now gently wafts from the stone mortar, subtly perfuming the cool, crisp air of the monastery's apothecary garden. The morning light has grown a little brighter, illuminating the delicate steam still rising from the fragrant, bruised leaves within the worn, concave stone. You carefully scoop the finely ground mixture from the mortar into a small, finely woven basket, feeling the slight springiness of the damp herbs against the smooth wood of the scoop. The soft, gentle douce of the basket settling on the sturdy wooden work table is absorbed by the surrounding quiet. Your gaze drifts to a nearby section of the garden, where long, slender wooden racks hold a variety of drying herbs, their leaves brittle and papery in the gentle breeze. The rhythmic rustle of these dry leaves, a soft, continuous whisper, catches your attention, a soothing, natural sound that grounds you in the ancient rhythms of this place. You walk towards the drying racks, your soft leather slippers making almost no sound on the crushed gravel path. Here, bundles of dried lavender hang upside down, their deep purple flowers muted to a gentle gray, releasing a sweet, floral, almost powdery scent that blends harmoniously with the fresher aromas from the beds. Beside them, bunches of dried chamomile, their delicate white petals now crisp, offer a subtle, apple-like fragrance. You reach out, your fingers gently brushing against a cluster of rosemary, its dry needles slightly sharp, releasing a woody, invigorating note as they lightly scrape. With unhurried movements, you begin to transfer a small portion of the newly processed mint and valerian root from your basket onto a clean, fine mesh tray that rests on one of the drying racks. The damp, clinging paste spreads slowly, evenly, and thinly with the delicate push of a small, flat wooden spatula. The subtle, slightly sticky resistance of the fresh paste against the smooth wood is a grounding sensation, a quiet reminder of its potent, living essence. The faint shoosh of the spatula spreading the herbs, is a soft, repetitive sound. The monastery walls, ancient and thick, provide a deep, sheltering quiet, filtering out all but the most distant, ethereal sounds of the surrounding countryside. Only the gentle, persistent swish of the dry leaves on the racks, swayed by an almost imperceptible breath of wind, and the quiet sounds of your own careful work truly exist here. The air is dense with the layered perfumes of both fresh and dried herbs, a complex, aromatic tapestry that feels deeply calming and profoundly natural. You pause, simply breathing in the rich, soothing fragrances, allowing the aromatic calm to settle deeply within you. The subtle, quiet processes of nature, of drying and transforming, unfold around you with an unhurried grace. Everything here feels purposeful, peaceful, and perfectly aligned with the gentle, enduring passage of time. The cool, smooth marble of your coastal villa's terrace feels wonderfully solid beneath your bare feet, as the long, slow descent of evening light begins to paint the sky in hues of amber and rose. The air, still holding the warmth of the day, carries the distinct, refreshing scent of the sea, subtly mingling with the sweet, heady aroma of night-blooming jasmine from the nearby garden. You walk slowly to the intricately carved stone balustrade, its surface cool and smooth to the touch, and lean gently against it. Below, the vast, shimmering expanse of the ocean stretches out to meet the horizon, its surface now calm and glassy, reflecting the softening sky like an immense liquid mirror. The rhythmic of gentle waves breaking softly on the distant shore is a constant, soothing lullaby, a profound and ancient sound that resonates deep within you. Your gaze drifts upwards, observing the slow, graceful transformation of the sky. The vibrant blue of midday has faded into a palette of warm, merging colors, soft peach, delicate lilac, and streaks of fiery gold. Thin, wispy clouds, their edges catching the last direct light, drift with an almost imperceptible slowness, their forms gently dissolving as they move. The profound silence of the evening is broken only by the distant, comforting sound of the waves and the occasional, almost imperceptible chirp of a cricket from the garden below, a tiny punctuation mark in the vast quiet. You settle into a deep, plush outdoor armchair, its woven fabric soft and yielding as you recline. A thin, cashmere throw, impossibly soft and cool, rests draped over the arm, its delicate fibers brushing gently against your hand. The air around you begins to cool subtly, a gentle shift that invites a deeper sense of relaxation. The soft, sweet fragrance of the jasmine seems to deepen with the fading light, its perfume more potent in the quiet air. The last sliver of the sun dips below the distant horizon, casting a final, breathtaking burst of deep crimson across the water for a brief, fleeting moment. Then, as quickly as it appeared, it softens, fading into a rich, deep indigo. The ocean reflects this transformation, its surface deepening from shimmering gold to a profound, mysterious blue. The gentle, consistent rhythm of the waves continues, an unwavering beat against the ancient coastline. You close your eyes for a moment, simply absorbing the cool, fresh air and the profound sounds of the sea, the gentle descent of evening light, the tranquil rhythm of the waves, and the sweet perfume of the garden combine to create an exquisite cocoon of peace. All hurried thoughts dissolve into the vast, unfolding beauty of the twilight, leaving only a deep, settling calm. Everything feels quiet, unhurried, and perfectly at rest. The subtle coolness of the evening air now wraps more intimately around you, a gentle contrast to the lingering warmth of the day. You remain comfortably settled in the deep, plush outdoor armchair on your coastal villa's terrace, the cashmere throne now drawn a little closer around your shoulders, its softness a comforting weight. The distant, rhythmic shenane of waves sighing softly on the shore continues its unbroken melody, a profound and ancient sound that now feels like a natural extension of your own breath. Above, the sky has deepened to a profound indigo, scattered with the first delicate pinpricks of emerging stars, each one a tiny, shimmering point of light against the vast, dark canvas. The faint, sweet perfume of night-blooming jasmine, now more potent in the cool air, drifts around you with a subtle, intoxicating sweetness. You close your eyes once more, allowing the symphony of sensory details to wash over you without demand. The gentle, cool breeze, a soft whoosh against your skin, carries the clean, invigorating scent of the salty sea, cleansing and refreshing. The texture of the cashmere, fine and exquisitely soft, provides a continuous, subtle tactile comfort. All thoughts of the day's activities gently recede, dissolving into the quiet, enveloping embrace of the coming night. A profound sense of stillness settles, deepening around you like a quiet, comforting blanket. The rhythmic sound of the distant waves becomes almost hypnotic, a continuous, unwavering pulse that seems to slow the very beating of your heart. You feel the slow, gentle expansion and contraction of your chest, with each unhurried breath, a quiet, internal rhythm harmonizing with the vast, external rhythm of the ocean. You simply exist within this tranquil space, a timeless sanctuary between the vastness of the sea and the quiet elegance of your villa. The only movements are the gentle sway of the unseen trees in the garden, a soft, almost imperceptible rustle, and the slow, deliberate turning of the earth itself, moving towards the deeper embrace of night. The cool air, the soft cashmere, and the omnipresent, soothing sigh of the waves create a cocoon of deep, unwavering peace. All that remains is this profound, settling calm, inviting a gentle drift into complete and utter rest. Your awareness gently softens, flowing with the quiet rhythms of the sea. The crisp, clean scent of alpine air, subtly mingled with the faint, comforting aroma of laundered linen, fills your spacious bedroom at the Alpine Chalet. Soft, diffused morning light, filtered through the delicate sheer curtains, casts gentle, ethereal patterns across the warm, polished wooden floor. You stand beside a large, intricately carved wooden chest, its dark, solid surface smooth and cool beneath your fingertips. A stack of freshly washed, impeccably ironed linen sheets and pillowcases awaits your attention. Each piece is a luxurious blend of Egyptian cotton and fine Italian linen, its pristine white surface a testament to meticulous care. The cool, weighty feel of the fabric is a comforting sensation in your hands. You reach for the topmost sheet, its generous size unfolding with a soft, expansive, as you lift it. The fabric is cool and crisp, yet pliable, its subtle scent of lavender and fresh mountain air invigorating and pure. With unhurried, deliberate movements you begin the precise art of folding. You smooth the large sheet out over the polished surface of the chest, feeling the fine, tight weave of the fabric against the warm wood. The subtle, dry crinkle of the linen as it settles is a delicate, soothing sound. You bring the first two corners together, aligning the seams with meticulous precision. The soft, whispered brush of fabric against fabric is a rhythmic, gentle sound. Your hands move slowly, pressing out any tiny creases, ensuring a perfect, flat surface. The faint, comforting scent of linen, sun-dried and fresh, now becomes more pronounced, a clean, natural aroma that fills your immediate space. The quiet rhythm of your folding is punctuated only by the distant, almost imperceptible sound of a cowbell chiming softly in the alpine meadows. A faint, metallic clink that quickly fades. Next, you carefully fold the sheet in half again, creating another precise rectangle. The gentle whoosh of air being displaced between the layers of fabric is a soft, delicate sound. You run your open palm smoothly over the folded linen, feeling its inherent crispness, the slight friction, a grounding sensation. The weight of the folded fabric becomes dense and satisfying in your hands, a small, perfectly ordered block of luxurious comfort. You place the neatly folded sheet carefully onto a waiting stack inside the cedar-lined chest, its faint, woody scent now emerging to mingle with the linen. The soft, almost imperceptible cedar nost as it settles onto the other folded items is a gentle signal of completion. The room is quiet, imbued with a sense of order and tranquil purpose. The crisp, clean linens, fresh and inviting, await their next use, a promise of comfort and serene rest. Your breathing slows, aligning with the unhurried precision of your hands, finding a quiet, settling peace in this simple, domestic ritual. The crisp, clean linen, folded with quiet precision, now rests neatly within the cedar-lined chest, its subtle scent of lavender and fresh mountain air gently released. Soft, diffused morning light continues to filter through the sheer curtains of your alpine chalet bedroom, casting a serene glow. You reach for another piece of the luxurious linen, this time a delicate pillowcase. Its fine, tightly woven fabric, a pristine white, feels impossibly cool and smooth against your fingertips. As you lift it from the stack, a soft, almost imperceptible flutters of air is displaced, followed by a faint, dry crackle of the crisp material. The comforting aroma of sun-dried fabric, infused with the subtle sweetness of mountain lavender, deepens as you hold it close. You lay the pillowcase flat on the cool, polished surface of the wooden chest, carefully smoothing out any tiny folds or wrinkles with the palm of your hand. The light friction of the fine fabric against the warm, dark wood produces a quiet, continuous, cool sound, a soft, rhythmic whisper that anchors you in the moment. Your gaze settles on the delicate hem stitching, meticulously crafted, a testament to enduring quality. With unhurried, deliberate movements, you begin the precise art of folding. You bring one edge over, aligning it perfectly with the other, feeling the delicate weight and substantial crispness of the fabric as it comes together. The subtle chorus of air caught between the layers is a gentle, soothing sound. You pause, running your hands slowly over the newly formed rectangle, feeling the uniform density and smoothness of the multiple layers. The cool texture of the fine linen is a consistent, calming sensation. A distant, almost ethereal chime of a cowbell, carried on a very gentle breeze from the high alpine meadows, drifts faintly through the barely open window. It is a soft, melodic, dumb chime of clink that fades quickly into the pervasive quiet, a fleeting reminder of the tranquil world just beyond these thick protective chalet walls. The clean, invigorating scent of the mountain air, fresh and pure, occasionally filters in, mingling with the calming notes of lavender from the linens. You make the final fold, creating a compact, perfectly symmetrical square. The satisfying weight of the precisely folded pillowcase rests lightly in your hands for a moment. With a gentle, concluding gesture, you place it onto the growing stack within the cedar chest, the soft Vosten, barely audible as it settles into its designated place. The warm, woody scent of the cedar lining now subtly mingles with the fresh linen, creating a deeply comforting and harmonious blend of natural aromas. The room is quiet, imbued with an exquisite sense of order, a peaceful tableau of domestic tranquility. Your breath slows, a deep, even rhythm, as you simply exist within this profound stillness. The soft, diffused afternoon light filters through the tall, leaded windows, illuminating a gentle cloud of dust motes dancing in the still air of the quiet, sun-drenched chamber. A subtle, dry scent of ancient wool and fading dyes hangs gently in the air, a fragrance of centuries past. You are seated at a low, beautifully carved wooden table, its surface worn smooth by time, a testament to countless hours of patient work. Before you, stretched taut on a custom-made frame, is a section of an ancient tapestry, its vibrant colors now softened and muted by the slow march of years. A small, delicate tear, almost imperceptible to the casual eye, mars a richly woven scene of a pastoral hunt. The warp and weft threads, though fragile, retain their historical integrity, hinting at the intricate craftsmanship. Your fingers lightly brush against the rough yet supple texture of the tapestry's wool and silk threads, feeling the subtle raised patterns of the weave. The air around you is perfectly still, broken only by the faint, distant thrum of a carriage passing far off on a cobbled street, a sound that quickly fades into the deep quiet. There is a profound sense of purpose in this meticulous restoration, a quiet reverence for the artistry of generations past. You reach for a small, intricately carved wooden box, its lid opening with a soft, gentle clack. Inside, spools of fine, hand-dyed wool and silk threads matched precisely to the tapestry's faded hues rest in neat rows. You select a thread of deep forest green, its soft, slightly coarse texture feeling cool and natural between your fingertips. The delicate, almost imperceptible snip of tiny, sharp embroidery scissors cutting the thread is a crisp, precise sound. With unhurried, careful movements, you thread a fine, antique needle, its eyes surprisingly large and smooth, perfectly suited for the delicate work. The slight resistance as the thread passes through the eye, a soft whisper of friction, is a grounding sensation. You position the needle over the delicate tear in the tapestry, aligning it with the original weave. Then, with meticulous precision, you begin the slow, rhythmic dance of mending. The needle slides through the ancient threads with a soft, almost inaudible prick, followed by the gentle pull of the new thread as it settles into place. Each stitch is small, deliberate, a quiet act of repair and renewal, gently restoring the integrity of the fragile fabric. The rhythm is steady, continuous, a meditative cadence that pulls you deeper into the quiet work. The diffused afternoon light illuminates the tiny, painstaking movements of your hands, each one a testament to patience and care. You pause, allowing your eyes to rest on the slowly healing section of the tapestry. The new stitches, almost invisible, blend seamlessly with the ancient weave. The quiet of the room wraps around you, a profound sense of peace settling deep within. Everything feels still, connected, and deeply at rest. The soft, diffused afternoon light continues to gently illuminate the ancient tapestry, its intricate weave, now subtly transformed by your meticulous mending. The dry scent of aged wool and fading dyes still subtly perfumes the air of the quiet chamber, carrying whispers of history. You select another length of fine, hand-dyed silk thread, a delicate golden ochre, from the intricately carved wooden box. Its silken texture feels cool and exquisitely smooth between your fingertips, a vivid contrast to the coarser wool of the tapestry. The subtle snip of the tiny embroidery scissors as you cut the thread is a crisp, precise sound, a small punctuation in the profound quiet. With unhurried, careful motions, you thread the fine, antique needle once more. The slight, almost imperceptible whisper of the silk passing through the needle's eye is a soft, grounding sensation. You position the needle over a delicate section of the tapestry's border, where a few ancient, brittle threads have come loose, forming a tiny, almost invisible fray. Your eyes keenly discern the original, intricate pattern, preparing to restore its perfect continuity. Then, with deep focus and unwavering precision, you continue the slow, rhythmic dance of mending. The needle glides through the ancient warp and weft with a soft, almost inaudible prick, followed by the gentle, consistent cool of the new silk thread as it settles seamlessly into the fabric. Each stitch is meticulously placed, a quiet act of respect and restoration, slowly bringing coherence back to the delicate, aging artwork. The rhythm is steady, almost hypnotic, drawing your attention deeper into the repetitive, comforting work. The soft, diffuse light enhances the colors, making the gold thread glow subtly against the faded blues and greens. Your fingers occasionally brush against the incredibly soft, aged texture of the tapestry's original threads, feeling the delicate differences between the old and the new, a tactile connection to the hands that first created this masterpiece centuries ago. The ambient quiet of the chamber is profound, broken only by the gentle, repetitive sounds of your careful stitching. A deep sense of peaceful concentration settles around you, a tranquil embrace that absorbs all other thoughts. You pause again, allowing your gaze to soften, taking in the broader pattern of the tapestry, now slowly returning to its former glory. The new vibrant threads, almost imperceptibly, breathe new life into the ancient narrative. The quiet focus, the soft texture of aged threads, and the unhurried rhythm of your hands combine to create a deeply calming experience, a profound connection to history and craftsmanship. The room feels settled, imbued with the quiet dignity of preservation. All external concerns gently fade, leaving only the tranquil presence of the tapestry and the serene, timeless work of renewal. You simply exist within this gentle, rhythmic flow, perfectly at peace. The profound quiet of the late evening wraps around you, a deep, pervasive stillness. From the expansive windows of your lodge you gaze out upon a vast, tranquil lake, its surface perfectly calm and dark, reflecting the cool, ethereal glow of the moonlight. The crisp, clean scent of pine and damp earth drifts subtly through a barely open window, a refreshing, natural perfume. You are seated in a deep, plush armchair, its soft, inviting fabric yielding gently beneath you. A heavy, hand-knitted wool throw, its texture soft yet substantial, rests draped across your lap, providing a comforting weight. The ambient light in the room is low, a soft, warm glow from a distant hearth, casting long, shifting shadows across the rustic wooden walls. The only sounds are the very faint, rhythmic tick-tock of a grandfather clock from a far-off hall, and the almost imperceptible creak of the ancient timbers of the lodge, settling gently in the night. Your eyes are drawn to the mesmerizing reflection of the full moon on the lake's surface. It is a perfect, shimmering orb of silver light, stretched slightly into an elongated column by the vast distance, creating a path of pure, liquid moonlight that seems to beckon from the deepest shadows. The reflection is so clear, so profound, that it feels almost as tangible as the moon itself, a luminous, silent mirror of the heavens. Around the moon's reflection, the darker, stiller waters perfectly mirror the faint, ethereal outlines of the distant pine trees that fringe the far side of the lake. Their inverted forms are soft, blurred silhouettes against the shimmering moonlight, creating a sense of deep, boundless space. A single, distant owl's soft, mournful hoot echoes gently across the still water, a profound and natural sound that quickly fades, leaving the stillness even more resonant. You take a slow, deep breath, allowing the cool, pure night air to fill your lungs. The subtle, clean aroma of the pine forest is invigorating, yet deeply calming, grounding you in the profound peace of the wilderness. Your gaze remains fixed on the mesmerizing interplay of light and shadow on the water, the stillness of the reflection pulling you deeper into a state of quiet contemplation. The sheer, unwavering tranquility of the scene is absolute, inviting a complete release of any lingering tension. The moonlit reflection on the still lake acts as a gentle, hypnotic focal point, its quiet beauty dissolving all hurried thoughts and worries. The deep, pervasive stillness of the night, infused with the subtle sense of pine and earth, wraps around you like a comforting embrace. Your breathing slows, becoming deep and even, harmonizing with the profound quiet of the ancient landscape, as you simply exist within this serene, unfolding peace. The tranquil, cool glow of the moon continues to cast its silent reflection across the perfectly still surface of the lake, a luminous silver path stretching out from the expansive windows of your lodge. The deep, pervasive quiet of the late evening still holds, unbroken. You remain deeply settled in the plush armchair, the heavy hand-knitted wool throw a comforting weight across your lap. The subtle scent of pine and damp earth continues to linger in the cool, crisp air, a familiar and grounding presence. Your gaze softly rests on the unwavering image of the moon on the water, its form almost perfectly replicated, a mirror image that seems to vibrate with a gentle, inner light. The smallest, almost imperceptible ripples, like faint breaths across the surface, cause the reflected light to subtly waver and then smoothly resolve, a gentle, hypnotic dance of luminescence. The distant, faint silhouettes of the pine trees, bordering the far edge of the lake, appear almost painted onto the deep indigo of the night sky, their forms indistinct and softened by the moon's gentle illumination. There is no sharp detail, only the quiet, profound suggestion of their ancient presence. A very subtle, barely there whisper of night air drifts through the open window, a soft sigh that stirs the sheer curtains with a slow, delicate motion and then recedes back into the vast stillness. It carries no distinct scent, only the pure, cool essence of the night itself. You feel the deep cushions of the armchair yielding more completely beneath you, accepting your weight, inviting a deeper release. The soft, familiar texture of the wool throw against your skin is a continuous, gentle comfort, a warm anchor in the cool, silent room. Your breathing continues its slow, even rhythm, a quiet, internal ebb and flow that aligns effortlessly with the profound stillness outside, and with the patient, unhurried quality of the reflected moonlight. Every subtle sound, the faint, distant creak of the lodge's timbers, or the barely audible tick-tock of a far-off clock, seems to deepen the silence rather than break it, fading swiftly into the pervasive quietude. Your eyelids feel heavier now, a soft, pleasant weight settling over them. The image of the moon on the water, so perfectly serene, begins to gently soften at its edges, blurring imperceptibly with each slow blink. The deep, unbroken quiet of the lodge, infused with the subtle, natural aromas of the surrounding forest, wraps around you completely, a profound and welcoming embrace. All thoughts, even the most fleeting, feel delightfully distant, gently dissolving into the tranquil, rhythmic ebb and flow of peaceful observation. The serene, constant glow of the moon on the water remains, an unwavering beacon in the deep stillness of the night. You simply rest, fully absorbed by the quiet beauty, allowing yourself to drift effortlessly into a profound and restorative calm. Everything is quiet, deep, and perfectly at peace. The soft flickering glow of a single beeswax candle casts long, dancing shadows across the ancient, leather-bound books lining the walls of your secluded study. The air is perfectly still, cool, and carries the deep, comforting scent of aged paper, beeswax, and a faint, sweet whisper of dried botanicals. You are seated at a small, round, antique table, its dark, polished surface reflecting the gentle candlelight like a liquid mirror. Before you stands a heavy, hand-blown crystal vase, its intricate facets catching and refracting the light into a myriad of tiny, shimmering points. Beside it, a collection of dried flowers, gathered from your country estate's gardens, lies scattered across a linen cloth. Their colors are muted, softened by time, retaining a subtle, ghostly beauty. You reach for a cluster of dried lavender, its tiny buds a soft, desaturated purple. The delicate, papery texture feels wonderfully dry and slightly brittle beneath your fingers. As you lift it, a faint, almost inaudible rustle of dry petals is heard, and a concentrated burst of its familiar, sweet, calming fragrance fills the immediate air around you. The scent is deeply soothing, inviting a profound sense of tranquility. With unhurried, deliberate movements, you begin to arrange the lavender, gently inserting a few stems into the heavy crystal vase. The dry, slender stalks make a soft, high-pitched scritch sound as they brush against the delicate glass interior, a gentle, precise friction. The subtle clinking of the glass is light and clear. Each placement is considered, balancing form and space, allowing the natural elegance of the dried blooms to come to life in the soft light. Next, you select a few dried sprigs of pale, creamy hydrangeas, their broad, papery heads now a delicate parchment color. Their texture is dry, almost chalky, a gentle contrast to the smooth glass. There is no distinct scent from these larger blooms, but their quiet, graceful form adds a soft visual weight to the arrangement. As you carefully place them, the faint whisper of their dry petals brushing against the lavender is a soft, hushed sound. You step back slightly, allowing your eyes to soften, observing the arrangement in the gentle candlelight. The shadows cast by the flowers are long and graceful, dancing softly on the wall behind the vase, creating a sense of quiet movement in the still room. The subtle, warm glow of the candle, its flame unwavering, illuminates the delicate textures and muted colors of the dried flowers, imbuing them with a timeless, quiet beauty. The study is profoundly quiet, a serene haven from the outside world. A deep sense of peace settles around you as you witness the delicate beauty you have created. The rhythmic flicker of the candlelight, the gentle scent of lavender, and the profound stillness of the room combine to create a deeply calming experience, inviting a slow, unhurried breath. Everything is quiet, perfectly balanced, and profoundly at rest. The delicate rustle of the dried flowers, a soft, papery whisper, echoes in the profound stillness of your secluded study. The single beeswax candle continues its gentle, unwavering flicker, casting long, dancing shadows that stretch and sway across the ancient, leather-bound books as evening deepens further, drawing a quiet curtain across the outside world. You reach for a slender dried poppy head, its sphere a faded, dusty green, feeling its remarkably brittle and light texture in your fingers. With exquisite painstaking care, you gently tuck its stem into a small, open space within the crystal vase, finding its perfect, balanced place among the soft hydrangeas and fragrant lavender. The soft, precise click as its dry stem brushes against the delicate glass interior is a subtle, almost imperceptible sound, quickly absorbed by the surrounding quietude. Your gaze then drifts and settles on the very heart of the crystal vase, where the warm, golden candlelight reflects and beautifully disperses. Tiny, shimmering points of light, like miniature stars, seem to float and dance within the intricate facets of the glass, gracefully highlighting the subtle, ghostly veins on a dried leaf, and making the very faintest dust motes glitter and sparkle in their slow, lazy descent through the still air. The gentle warmth emanating from the candle flame is a subtle, constant heat against the coolness of the evening air, a tranquil, unwavering beacon in the soft shadows. The combined, complex fragrance of the dried lavender, the deep, earthy scent of ancient paper from the surrounding shelves, and the pure, sweet aroma of the burning beeswax now feels completely integrated. A comforting, rich perfume that saturates every corner of the motionless air. The study is utterly and profoundly silent, save for the continuous soft whisper of the candle flame itself, a delicate, barely there sound that only deepens the pervasive quietude. All distant sounds of the bustling outside world have completely faded away, dissolving into the quiet, enveloping embrace of the deepening night, leaving only this serene, inner calm. You lean back gently into your deep, plush velvet armchair, feeling its soft, luxurious fibers yield and envelop you even more deeply, accommodating your form with exquisite comfort. Your hands, now resting quietly and peacefully in your lap, feel cool and completely relaxed, the subtle, lingering imprint of the dry stems still a faint, grounding memory on your fingertips. The rhythm of your breathing becomes noticeably even, slow, and almost imperceptible, effortlessly settling into the deep, profound calm of the quiet, candlelit room. Every muscle in your body feels released, softened by the enveloping serenity. You consciously allow your eyes to softly focus on, and then gently unfocus from, the delicate, intricate forms of the dried flowers within the vase. Each papery petal, each slender, delicate stem, though now entirely devoid of its living, vibrant color, holds a profound, quiet beauty in its perfectly preserved state. The soft, shifting light from the candle and the deep, rich shadows dancing around them exquisitely define their gentle contours, lending them an enduring, almost sculptural elegance that transcends the passage of time. They are still, complete, and utterly beautiful in their arrested motion. The gentle, rhythmic flicker of the beeswax flame remains, a soft, consistent, warm heart radiating its quiet light into the profound stillness of the room. The dried flowers, quiet and timeless in their beauty, hold their delicate forms in the serene, deepening night. All is quiet, utterly settled, and perfectly at peace, inviting a long, deep, and truly restorative rest. The profound quiet of the old manor hall is subtly punctuated by the steady, rhythmic tick-tock of a grandfather clock, a deep, ancient heartbeat in the evening stillness. The air, cool and immaculately preserved, carries the faint, comforting scent of polished wood and aged dust, a subtle aroma that speaks of long, unchanging years. You walk slowly across the deep, oriental rug that softens the grand hall's polished stone floor, your footsteps making no sound at all. Your gaze settles upon the tall, stately form of the grandfather clock, its dark mahogany casing gleaming softly in the dim, diffused light filtering from an unseen source. It stands as a silent sentinel, majestic and timeless, absorbing the very essence of the quiet space. Intricate carvings along its upper facade, softened by shadows, hint at generations of meticulous craftsmanship. You reach out, your fingers lightly touching the cool, smooth surface of the polished wood, feeling its centuries of history beneath your palm. Through the glass panel, you observe the slow, deliberate swing of the brass pendulum, a continuous, unwavering arc marking the gentle, unhurried passage of each moment. Its polished surface catches the ambient light, reflecting tiny, dancing gleams that shift almost imperceptibly with each swing. The rhythmic tick-tock is constant, precise, a steady pulse that seems to gently synchronize with your own breathing, inviting a deep, quiet calm to settle profoundly within you. You notice the delicate, almost imperceptible tremor of the long, slender hands on the clock face, moving with an ancient, silent dedication. A faint, almost imperceptible whirring sound begins to emanate from deep within the clock's intricate, unseen mechanisms. It is a subtle, delicate mechanical preamble, a soft, hushed asterisk, ZZZZT asterisk, that anticipates a shift, a slight, internal winding down before a new sequence. You pause, listening intently, allowing the delicate, internal machinery sounds to fill your entire awareness without effort. Then, with a profound sense of inevitability, a single, deep, resonant chime reverberates through the vast hall. The sound is rich and clear, a prolonged, sonorous boom asterisk that slowly expands, filling every corner of the ancient space before gracefully fading, its echoes gently dissipating into the pervasive quiet, leaving behind only a memory of its deep resonance. The subtle vibration of the chime subtly hums in the very air around you, a fleeting, exquisite presence that slowly dissipates, leaving profound stillness. You close your eyes for a brief moment, allowing the lingering resonance of the chime to wash over you completely, a gentle wave of sound receding. The sound is a gentle, yet powerful reminder of the unhurried, timeless march of moments, marked by this venerable, enduring sentinel. The air settles back into a profound, unbroken stillness, interrupted only by the unwavering tick-tock of the pendulum, which resumes its steadfast, hypnotic rhythm, a steady, comforting presence in the quiet, deepening night. All extraneous sounds from the outside world have completely dissolved, leaving only this intimate, contained quietude. The enduring presence of the old clock, its quiet mechanical breathing and deep, resonant chimes, wraps around you completely, a comforting, continuous sound in the tranquil, ancient manner. All hurried thoughts dissolve effortlessly into the deep, unfolding calm, leaving only the profound, settling peace of the quiet evening, inviting a gentle drift into sleep. The deep, resonant echo of the chime has finally dissolved into the profound quiet of the old manor hall, leaving only the steady, rhythmic tick-tock of the grandfather clock. The pervasive stillness of the late evening wraps around you completely, a comforting, unbroken silence. You remain deeply settled in the soft, plush armchair. The heavy, hand-knitted wool throw a continuous, gentle weight across your lap. The cool, subtly textured fabric of the armchair cradles you, allowing a deep, profound release of any remaining tension. Your gaze is now completely absorbed by the slow, unwavering swing of the brass pendulum behind the glass, its polished surface reflecting the dim, ambient light with a soft, hypnotic gleam. Each deliberate 20 tick and precise talk tone resonates deep within the quiet space, a gentle, mechanical heartbeat that has marked the passage of countless centuries in this ancient house. You close your eyes for a moment, allowing the rhythmic sound to wash over you, a continuous, unwavering pulse that seems to synchronize effortlessly with your own slow, steady breathing. The clean, subtle scent of polished wood and aged dust from the clock's mahogany casing, deeply ingrained in the very fabric of the old manor, now feels intimately familiar, a grounding aroma that enhances the sense of timelessness. Even with your eyes closed, the mental image of the pendulum's graceful, continuous arc persists, a simple, perfect motion in the encompassing darkness. A faint, almost imperceptible creak asterisk from the ancient timbers of the manor, a deep, gentle sigh of the house settling further into the night, drifts from a distant corner of the hall. It is a soft, hushed sound that quickly fades, serving only to deepen the profound quiet rather than disrupt it. The cool, still air around you feels almost palpable, a soft, invisible blanket of peace that envelops your entire being. You feel the subtle shift of the air, perhaps a very gentle, lingering breath from a barely open window, a faint, almost imagined whisper that quickly dissipates. You open your eyes again, allowing your gaze to soften, to simply rest upon the silent, steady movement of the pendulum. Its rhythmic swing is not a demand for attention, but a quiet, unwavering invitation to stillness, a gentle, continuous anchor in the vast, enveloping quiet. The deep, warm glow from the distant hearth, now muted and soft, casts long, dancing shadows that stretch and sway with an unhurried grace across the rustic wooden walls, creating a subtle, hypnotic play of light and shadow, gently blurring the edges of the familiar room. The steady rhythm of time passing, marked by the unwavering tick-tock, now completely permeates your awareness, feeling deeply intertwined with your own internal rhythms. The profound, enveloping quiet of the ancient manor, imbued with centuries of history, wraps around you like a soft, comforting cloak. All hurried thoughts and external concerns have dissolved, leaving only this deep, enduring stillness and a profound, unhurried peace. You simply exist within this gentle, rhythmic flow, allowing yourself to drift effortlessly into a deeper, more complete rest. The soft, warm glow of lamplight permeates your spacious bathroom, casting long, peaceful shadows across the cool, polished marble floor. The air, already a comfortable temperature, begins to fill with the delicate, soothing scent of lavender and chamomile as you prepare for your final ritual of the day. You approach the large, freestanding clawfoot bathtub, its pristine, white porcelain gleaming softly. The polished brass taps, cool and smooth to the touch, reflect the ambient light with a subdued shimmer. You reach for the cold tap, turning it with a soft, precise click, followed by the gentle, steady hush of water, beginning its cascade into the deep basin. The sound is immediately calming, a steady, continuous murmur that begins to fill the quiet room. As the water level slowly rises, you add a few drops of a calming essential oil blend, lavender, known for its profound relaxation properties, and a touch of chamomile with its subtle, sweet, apple-like aroma. The viscous drops hit the warm water with a soft, almost imperceptible plink, and then slowly unfurl, forming tiny, shimmering, iridescent swirls on the surface before dissolving completely. The delicate, soothing fragrance immediately begins to diffuse into the air, creating an aromatic cocoon around you. The water continues to fill the tub, its gentle, consistent whoosh against the porcelain echoing softly. You adjust the temperature, feeling the subtle warmth emanating from the rising steam, until it is perfectly inviting, a comforting heat that promises deep relaxation. The soft, rhythmic sound of the water against the porcelain creates a gentle, hypnotic pulse, a steady beat that encourages your breath to slow, becoming deep and even. You watch the surface of the water, now perfectly still, reflecting the soft lamplight in wavering ethereal patterns. You test the water with your hand, feeling its silky, warm embrace, its texture smooth and inviting. The aroma of the calming oils is now fully present, a gentle, pervasive scent that deeply soothes your senses. With unhurried movements, you step into the bath, feeling the immediate, exquisite warmth rise around your ankles, then your calves, and finally up to your waist, completely enveloping you. The porcelain, cool against your back, quickly warms to the water's temperature, a gentle, firm support. You lean back slowly, allowing your body to settle deeply into the warm, fragrant water, feeling its weightless support. The water gently laps around you with a soft, continuous slosh, a rhythmic sound that cradles you in its profound stillness. All thoughts of the day, all lingering concerns, begin to gently dissolve into the encompassing warmth and the soothing aroma, leaving only a deep, profound sense of peace. Your awareness softens, letting go completely. The gentle warmth of the water, now perfectly still, completely envelops you in your private sanctuary, its surface reflecting the soft lamplight with a quiet, shimmering glow. The delicate, soothing aroma of lavender and chamomile, deeply infused in the humid air, surrounds you, a comforting, pervasive presence. You are floating now, truly weightless, allowing the exquisite warmth of the bath to penetrate every part of your being. Your muscles feel profoundly relaxed, loose, and pliable, releasing any lingering traces of the day's subtle tensions. The cool, smooth porcelain of the clawfoot tub gently supports your head and neck, providing a steady, unyielding comfort as you surrender to the water's buoyancy. The subtle rhythmic slosh of water, barely audible as your body shifts almost imperceptibly, is a continuous, soft whisper that echoes the deep stillness of the room. Small, ethereal wisps of steam rise gracefully from the water's surface, curling slowly upwards in the soft lamplight, catching the gentle glow before diffusing silently into the air. You watch them not with focus, but with a soft, distant awareness, allowing their delicate, transient forms to simply exist and then disappear. The scent of the essential oil seems to deepen with each rising wisp, a subtle, sweet perfume that cleanses and calms with every slow, deliberate breath you take. Your eyes, heavy and soft, gently close. In the velvety darkness behind your eyelids, the soft lamplight from the room filters through as a muted, warm amber glow, a gentle, shifting canvas of soft color. The profound quiet of the bathroom is absolute, a deep, unbroken silence that cradles you in its vastness. Only the internal sounds of your own body remain, the soft, even rhythm of your breath, the almost imperceptible thump-thump of your heart, a steady, gentle beat that harmonizes with the pervasive stillness. The water, a consistent, unwavering temperature, holds you in its tender embrace. You feel the subtle, soft friction of the smooth porcelain against your skin, a grounding sensation in your state of complete weightlessness. The delicate, almost viscous texture of the mineral-rich water is a continuous, gentle caress across your skin, leaving it feeling impossibly soft and deeply nourished. All external concerns, all thoughts of time or responsibility, have completely dissolved, floating away like the delicate wisps of steam. You simply exist, suspended in this exquisite warmth and profound quiet, a complete and utter letting go. The gentle steam, the pervasive aroma, and the absolute stillness of your private sanctuary create a perfect cocoon of peace. Your breathing continues its deep, unhurried rhythm, a soft, consistent flow that now feels completely at one with the profound calm that envelops you. All movement has ceased. You are completely and utterly at rest. The cool, clean air of your bedroom feels like a soft caress on your skin, a welcome transition after the soothing warmth of your bath. The faint, sweet aroma of chamomile from the essential oils still lingers, mingling gently with the pristine scent of freshly laundered linen, creating a deeply comforting atmosphere. You walk slowly, your bare feet finding the deep, plush wool rug that cushions your steps across the polished hardwood floor. Each soft stride is absorbed by the thick pile, making no sound at all in the pervasive quiet of the room. The ambient lamplight, now dimmed to its softest setting, casts a warm, embracing glow, painting long, gentle shadows that stretch across the peaceful space, softening all edges. You reach the side of your large, inviting bed, its exquisite silk sheets turned down in a perfect, crisp fold. Your fingers brush against the cool, smooth fabric of the pillowcase, a pristine white against the darker, rich hue of the duvet. The subtle, dry whisper of the high thread count cotton as you gently pull back the edge of the duvet is a delicate, almost imperceptible sound in the quiet room. The soft, sweet scent of lavender from the freshly laundered linen, a familiar comfort, now becomes more pronounced, filling your immediate space. You ease yourself onto the mattress, feeling its profound, luxurious softness yield deeply and precisely beneath your weight, cradling your body with exquisite support. The cool, smooth silk sheets glide against your skin, a sensation of pure, unadulterated comfort. You adjust your position, finding that perfect alignment, feeling the gentle release of any last vestiges of tension from your shoulders and back, allowing them to soften completely. With a slow, deliberate movement, you pull the silk duvet and the accompanying cashmere throw up over you. The cashmere, impossibly soft and light, yet surprisingly substantial, settles over your body with a delicate, almost weightless pressure. Its fine, exquisite fibers brush gently against your chin, a comforting, familiar texture. A subtle, natural aroma of fine wool, clean and pure, now envelops you, blending harmoniously with the gentle lavender scent from the sheets. You shift slightly, feeling the harmonious layers of silk, down, and cashmere settle perfectly around you like a soft, protective cocoon. The profound quiet of the room is complete, broken only by the soft, almost imperceptible sounds of your own deep, even breathing. All external sounds have completely dissolved into the soft, enveloping darkness, leaving only this intimate, contained calm. The exquisite comfort of the bed, the gentle weight of the cashmere, and the pervasive stillness create a deep, unwavering sense of peace. You simply rest, allowing your breath to slow further, effortlessly drifting into the quiet promise of profound sleep. The cool, smooth silk of the sheets now truly embraces you, a pervasive softness, as the final faint glow of lamplight completely recedes into the soft darkness. The profound quiet of your room settles around you, deep and unbroken. You let your head sink even deeper into the luxurious softness of the feather pillow, feeling its exquisite yielding contour perfectly cradle the base of your skull. The crisp, clean linen pillowcase, cool and smooth, brushes gently against your cheek with a delicate, almost imperceptible whisper of sound. A soft, fleeting caress that is instantly absorbed by the enveloping stillness. The subtle, sweet scent of lavender from the fresh sheets, now barely a memory, further encourages a profound sense of calm to settle over you, a gentle lull. The weight of the impossibly soft cashmere throw, warm and light, now rests evenly across your entire body, a continuous, comforting pressure. Its fine, exquisite fibers, softer than a sigh, create a delicate warmth that subtly spreads, emanating slowly and exquisitely from your chest, outward to your fingertips and toes. You feel the deep, luxurious softness of the wool, a constant, grounding sensation that anchors you profoundly within the bed. Each slow, deliberate breath you take is now in perfect, unwavering harmony with the profound stillness of the entire room, a deep, even rhythm that flows effortlessly, without any need for conscious effort. Your awareness, now completely softened, drifts away from any lingering echoes of the day, allowing all thoughts to simply dissolve, gently floating like distant, hazy clouds across a vast, empty expanse. The pervasive darkness is absolute, a comforting, velvety blanket that invites your eyelids to settle completely, effortlessly, profoundly closed. There are absolutely no external sounds now, not even the slightest creak asterisk from the house, only the profound, deep quiet that cradles you in its unwavering embrace. You feel the almost imperceptible rhythmic thump-thump of your own heartbeat, a steady, gentle pulse that serves as your quiet, internal guide towards deeper, more complete rest. Your fingers, completely relaxed, rest softly on the cool, smooth silk of the sheets, their delicate texture, a subtle, almost forgotten sensation. The weight of your limbs, previously held, now feels entirely released, sinking ever deeper into the soft, supportive embrace of the mattress. Every muscle, every nerve, lets go, dissolving into the exquisite, enveloping comfort of the bed. Your body becomes heavier, profoundly still, completely at ease, surrendering entirely. The profound unbroken peace of your sanctuary now completely enfolds you, a luxurious, total surrender to the gentle, hypnotic pull of slumber. Everything is quiet, utterly still, and perfectly poised for the deep, restorative embrace of sleep. Just let go. All is calm now. Rest.